What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? This is James, readoptionagency.com. 21 years selling full-time on eBay. Boom. And since we are basically a week into eBay's last maintenance update, I am officially rolling it as a catastrophic failure. It seems like it's just getting worse day by day. I don't know what they did, but whatever they did, they've, in my opinion, from my experiences, they've set their site back 2 months. Server failures, again, rampant all over the site. Trying to accept offers, it errors out. I haven't had an offer we're going on 10 hours. No offers in 10 hours with 50,000 plus items. So, not a good. I did take an offer, though, on a CD for $100 going to Japan, so hopefully they'll pay, at least help out the day. But, man, it's just a huge letdown, whatever they did. Why they don't test their updates before they launch them live really makes no sense to me. I don't understand the incompetence and the ignorance and the idiocracy behind the decisions they make. That being said, I did read that it's been a couple of weeks or a month that Vendo is trying to do a delisting option. So they've got my attention more now, especially after the last few days with eBay. So I could always dedicate an hour, 2 hours every night, 9 to 10, 9 to 11 for cross-posting. So I'm back thinking about that again. So for a month, for 16 days, 17 days, I hadn't thought about it because eBay was working at 90% capacity. But now that we're back to pure and utter failure, I am back with the cross-listing bug in my head. So I think the first thing would do is go ahead and delist everything on Poshmark that I had set up with List Perfectly, just to start all over there too, and start with Macari and Posh. If not, I have to look at the system, see how it works, but if not, just go other places too with it. I have to look at it. I'd have to take about a half a day and get my head wrapped around everything. So that's how I like to do things. I like to make sure I'm doing everything right. I don't just like to wing it right off the bat. I need to get all my ducks in a row before I jump into something. So that being said, let's see. Yesterday was just another step down in my graph for another horrible day on eBay. So now they've got me down up 17%. So they keep taking away day by day my profits that I had built up the first half of the month. So they are stealing it away from me. So yesterday I only ended with $687. Again, second day in a row, I haven't even made it to my low point of $721. Thankfully, I made that up with PayPal money from True Gather and Bonanza. So technically, I'm even bottom line, but eBay has let me down the last 2 days. So, and again, with the organics are just not coming up correctly. 10 organics sold yesterday. So 44 promoted, a total of 54. Still getting 1.7 million views or impressions. Still getting the same amount of views, supposedly 3,000. Get basically 3,000 views a day with my items. So this morning, we've got 6 items sold, 5 promoted, 1 organic. We're 10 till 10. So I like to be 150 to 250. And when things roll overnight, I'm usually above that. There was a shutdown up here overnight for at least 5 hours last night. So another probably scramble trying to fix whatever's going on. But as of this morning, that's when I had the error with the offer. And I have already seen, I think it was Josh shared a screenshot of server failure. So it's already still happening this morning. So whatever they did last night did not appear to fix too much, if anything. So we're at $95 right now, going on 10 a.m. So well below the low where I like to be. So I'm not even going to say I hope for a bounce back day, because after the last 2 days, it looks pretty bleak that will happen. Today is Thursday, so we're going to do a week catch up of YouTube, dollar-wise. All my views are way down, so I expect my numbers to be way down on YouTube this past week. The numbers are just not there this week. I haven't really put too much effort into the thumbnails and stuff. Kind of just last minute whatevers I've been doing, so I can probably take part of the blame for that, or all the blame for that. So, last 7 days on YouTube. Well, we got views 31.8 thousand. That's actually up 5% from the previous 5 days. Did not expect that. 6.3 thousand hours of watch time, about the same. 124 subscribers, 48% less than the last 7 days. So definitely a lot less subscribers this week. Estimated revenue, $369 for the week, and I think that is down a little bit. So definitely down on the YouTube side of it, but I don't know. My head hasn't been really into the thumbnail thing this week, so I don't know. I'm kind of wanting to change it up again. I'm already kind of tired of the format I'm using, so I'll start playing with something new probably today or tomorrow. Try something different. Let's see if there's any comments, questions, and stuff. Oh, and I want to say, if you watch my videos, please listen to my videos. I get so many comments of people who say pretty much the same thing I say in the video. And I'm just like, did you not watch the video? Or I'll get somebody who on a video who clearly doesn't, that was the only video they've watched. And then they start condemning me for what I didn't do on that video. I'm like, do you even just, this is obviously the only video you've watched. This is funny. And I leave it all out there. So, does anyone know a good shipping label printer like the one James uses? I use Zebra ZK420D. Been using it for about 15 years and it's still going. So if you want a good solid used one that you can probably find on eBay cheap, that is one that I use. I don't know what they're going for now, but let's see. I've gotten a few Veros over the years. I've never heard back from any of the companies. Holy crap. I don't know if they paid. This is going to be a non-paying bidder. I just sold a $200 pair of shoes. And probably going to be zero feedback, and they probably didn't pay straight away. Let's see. Nope, they paid. Nice. Dude, that one's going out today. Make sure they don't cancel. So I had some vintage Shaq Warner Brothers shoes. Size 12. They're my size, but I'm like, nah, I'm selling these. $199. That's definitely going to help today, and those are going out today. He's going to get grade A service from me, because that was definitely needed. Wow. Thank you. And then Usually Japan, I don't think I've ever had a non-paying bidder in Japan. So that $100 CD will probably end up being paid today also too. So those two are going to save my day. Awesome. Anyway, I've gotten a few Veros over the year. I never heard back from the companies. One was the University of Georgia, and the item was new with tags NCAA hologram on it. Meanwhile, I have tons of UGA with no Vero. Yeah, that's odd. Like you don't see much Veros from like universities and Major League Baseballs and football and stuff like that. So that's odd. But yeah, it's not always the company. As I said in the video, in the email, there'll be an email address to contact the people in charge of the Veros. And it's not always the company. They usually have side companies that do it. And sometimes they don't even have people doing it. It's usually a computer system doing it. And that's why contacting them can make a difference, as it did with me with the GM stuff. And then with the GM stuff, they kind of stopped responding. So I CC'd the CEO of GM with the emails I was sending back and forth, so that she could see they're not responding, and that they could see that I CC'd her. So then I got a response, and they redacted all my Veros that they gave me. So it does work, even though people were saying it doesn't work. It can work, and it has worked for me. It's got like 5 of them taken off. Because I had that year where I made 2 mistakes, but then there was like 3 oddballs right on top of it. And so I was up to like a 10-day suspension. So there's the warning, 3-day, 7-day, 10-day. And so I made a mistake with the Jeep hat. It wasn't Jeep branded. How that slipped my mind or I got through me, I don't know. So I think that was my warning. And then my 3-day was me making an error. It was a vintage hard rock, so I thought. They said it's vintage. So that was my 3-day. Then the next one was the GM products. I had a Cadillac dealerships, and they said it wasn't authentically Cadillac. And then that's when I started the conversation with them, saying, well, I thought it was, being that it was an authorized dealership, technically it's Cadillac authorized company. And then that's when I started talking with the GM. Then they stopped responding. I CC'd the CEO, had them retracted. There was probably like 4 or 5 items from that got the 7-day suspension. So then they reacted it, but I still went through the 7-day suspension. And then there was Fight Like a Girl. Somebody had just trademarked that name, even though it's been out there for years. Somebody trademarked it and went back after all the old product on eBay for Fight Like a Girl. So I had a Fight Like a Girl hat. So I got 7 days again for that one. And then what was it? Oh, and then the Lego. I got a Lego Vero on the international website, and it wasn't a Lego item. I used no Lego terms in the listing, but it was on the German eBay site. And apparently their laws there are different than the US. And because the item on the box showed a item that looks similar to a minifig, they were able to Vero that item in Germany on eBay because it looked like a minifig. Nothing to do with Lego. So that was my 10-day. Then thankfully I went a year without nothing. Went 2 years. I think I've gone 3 to 4 years without anything. So this one with just the Panda Express was just the warning. So, but I saw somebody commented on that video too that they just had Panda Express hat taken down too. So my guess is they're just not wanting people to sell their employee uniforms anymore. So if you get a Panda Express, you might want to, if you don't want to take a chance on it, I would just not mess with it. If they're going after people who don't want to sell their uniforms, because the item is definitely 99.9%. It's a legit item. It's not counterfeit, as it says in the Vero, but a couple of returns. So I would not mess with Panda Express anymore. Just just FYI, might not be a good thing to mess with the Panda Express anymore. So, Vero's are erased from your account after 1 year. Yes, and then it starts fresh again. Yes, yes. My eyesight is still dark right now. This for a second here. Let's see. Seems like weird things to get on a. Seems like a weird thing to get on a Vero. Yeah, I think that's what I said. I think it's definitely they don't want people selling their uniforms anymore. I have a nude art removed, etc. They told me to relist it. Yeah, even when they say it was our mistake, etc., you can go ahead and relist it. I'm just like, no, it's not worth going through this again. Donation. You are a great guy, James. Let me make sure I'm reading that right, so I can read it again if I am. You are a great guy, James. Those words just ringing. No. Anyway, and it's okay to show your emotions regarding Vern, and don't ever let eBay get you down. Let's see. Awesome knowledge, James. Totally crickets for me since 2 days. Also having a brand new glitch on the app. The app is showing that I have 83 unread messages. The app has always been jacked up in the sense that it says there's more things than there are. It's all constant with offers. I think even the desktop always says I have at least 2 offers to take when there's none. So you can't trust any of that stuff. So, Headbanger's Ball, where every band was one of Ricky Rackman's favorite bands. I've had multiple Veros in the past couple of months. I listed perfume, Mason Margiela replica. That's the name of it. They keep flagging the word as a replica because of the name. Interesting. Just threaten the company to have it graded, verified, and bill them once it's found to be authentic if they don't remove their slanderous claim. Most will change their tune. They can't infringe on the rights to sell legitimate, ethical sourced product. Yeah, that's the problem. And that's why I think I'm not going to get a response, because they know it's not fake. So they are abusing the Vero system by calling it counterfeit when it's not counterfeit. They're actually the second doctrine or whatever it's called to be able to resell stuff. They are actually infringing on our right to do that. So maybe that'll be my follow-up to them. So thank you for the advice and that little nugget. And maybe I will put something like that I believe this is, and I will have it authenticated. Please remove your Vero. This is the item number. Please contact eBay to remove this claim. If you don't want me selling your uniforms, please just inform us sellers that you don't want us. And normally 9 times out of 10 will respect your here I go again, forgetting words. Your wish. I guess I think. I got a feeling this is only going to get worse as I get older. I got to start doing some like brain exercises or something. You would think, as active as my mind is, that maybe it's overactive. That's why I forget words. I don't know. All right. So if I don't hear back from them, say by Monday, I think I'll send that email. All right. Every time I list a Coach bag, they pull it and they are real. I just quit putting Coach bags on eBay and list them elsewhere. Yeah, I do not list Coach anymore. It's not worth my time. I got a stack of Coach set aside that eventually I was going to put on Poshmark, but it's never really made it there. So it's just kind of sitting there. So here's my story. I had a Vero on Christmas decorations called a Tree Dazzler, unused in an unopened box. Belonged to me, came from Walmart, one of those as seen on TV deals. Those as seen on TV deals, I've heard lots of horror stories about those. Not just that item, but as seen on TV. I've seen that in a lot of horror Vero stories. Big avoid, by the way. Yes, oh, so there you go. As seen on TV, big avoid, by the way. Some companies read something was the one who Vero'd it. They are some kind of online brand management company. Yes. It's usually always a different outside, a third-party company that is representing the brand on those things. You send an email to the provided address along with pictures, my eBay pictures to be exact, to ask them if the product was legit. They didn't mention the Vero or eBay, just wanted to see what they would say. They said counterfeits are so good that you can't tell that they are counterfeit from the pictures. Of course, sounds like an excuse to me. They can't tell, but they can file a Vero. Correct. Exactly. Oh, wow, now you got me shipping and singing. That's a good thing, right? Ship and sing. Ship and sing. At the same time, ship and sing. And we all say a rhyme, ship and sing. Oh, sorry. Contacted eBay about the site issues, and ChatGPT, failed AI, rolled out last Thursday, and how it's causing all of the site issues. They know about it and are trying to fix it. Well, this person says they've called in about the problems. They know about it and they are trying to fix it. They are refunding store subscription fees if you ask because of it. Okay. I know they've been doing that for quite a while now. I personally just never messed with it. The rep asked if I had a screenshot or eBay page of the bug. I had to explain the issue to them and tell them it's not a physical bug causing the issues, but the technical problem with eBay. She verified it with her management team, and then they were on the same page. So, yeah, it's a freaking... set their site backwards, man. One time, I would just like to see an update that happens and your sales skyrocket. I mean, can we just have that? But instead, we have a update and it just kills the sales. James, keep moving forward. I give Vero strikes 5 to 8 times a year because I sell aftermarket stickers. 8 would put you 1, 2, 1 warning, 2, 3, then 5, then 7, then 10, then 30, then suspension. If you got 8, you're suspended, dude. You can only get 7 unless you get 1 redacted, taken back. So you don't get 8, and if you get 7, you're done for 30 days. So you might be inflating those numbers just a tad bit, but you're selling stickers that are not. You can't sell stickers with band names and such on them if they're not put out by, or any company if they're not put out by that company. Like you make your own stickers at home, you can't sell those. That's what Disney are going after now with people making Mickey stuff or painting Mickey on a purse and selling it as a Disney item and things like that. That's why Disney started going after all those kind of things. So you cannot do that. Regarding slow sales, once again, an odd situation. 0 sales in 3 days, but today two sold at 2 different Kentucky City addresses. What are the odds? Yeah. We always kind of notice that it seems like it's territorial somehow when there's issues going on. You're only allowed to sell to certain areas. Very helpful information, excellent information. Other eBay sites, ? Yes, eBay has like 10 websites across the world. Canada, UK, France, Sweden, China, or not China, but Beijing? No. Anyway, in China, Netherlands, Australia. There's some more. But yes, and then if you use WebInterpret, it puts them out there on all those sites. Actually, I can get them all right here. Australia, United States, Canada, Germany, Spain, France, Hong Kong, Ireland, Italy, Singapore, UK. There we go. That's just all of it. Curious what size hat boxes are you using for free shipping? I was just getting ready to ask the same question. I asked that also. We need answers. Watch my videos! Watch my videos! These are people who just watch one video. If you want to know answers and know more information, if you want to know more information, watch my videos. I say 8 by 6 by 4 many times in many videos. 8 by 6 by 4. 8 by 6 by 4. 8 by 6 by 4. I probably even sang about it in some of my videos. If you want information, watch content. All the answers are out there, but you need to put in the time to get. I'm not here to babysit every question and to answer. If I answered every question on every video, the video would be 5 hours long every day and I would get no work done. Watch the videos. If I had made a counter offer and they come back with 50 cents or $1 more, I give them my original offer. Pretty much do the same unless it's something. Usually when I counter offer, it's my bottom line when I do an offer back. And if they're way off, if they're usually like half or more, 50% or more, I usually just decline it on the offers. But then I get a lot of times I'll get people who go backwards. Like they'll offer 3, I'll say 5, they'll go 250. I block them instantly. I'm not here to play games. They go straight to the block list. Did eBay web update remove bulk similar items, or is it just me? I have not noticed any change myself. All right, let's get them moving. Get this stuff shipped out. Especially now we're at 10:12 a.m. So with those shoe orders, I am $341. I'm surprised a big dollar item sold with all these problems going on. And sales have been pretty flowing in, haven't they? What did I start the video at about 10:50 or so, right? Yeah, with the shoes. Since the shoes, I've had 2 other items, so okay, not that much. Got a couple. The other 2 were returns coming back. And nope, those are 2 different people. Okay. So, all right. Let's go get this stuff. I got some different stuff here. I got some smalls, so that's good. And there you go. I got these little guys. Which Jan probably, since she's into picking up holiday stuff at the bins now, Christmas stuff and that, she probably picked these up. But a couple of just wooden pilgrims. Sold for $5. I took an offer, headed to Iowa, and they sold yesterday, paid today. Last time Jan went to the bins, I tell her to grab all the 45s because every once in a while there'll be some good $1.45s, and she found kind of a harder to find Beetle 45 that actually had like a Target label print when all the others were like a swirl. There was only one other Target style print. It was almost like it was supposed to be a swirl, but it was defective maybe. I don't know. But so there was one other up. So I put mine up and it sold for $25. So good on Jan finding good stuff at the bins. So Saturday we'll probably do some yard sales. And she goes, if I can get out of the store early enough on Sunday, I'm going to stop by the bins. I'm like, you go, girl. You go. All right. Go and enjoy yourself. I might Saturday not just do yard sales. I might do a little road trip to a flea market or something. It'd be nice to get out of the house for a while, you know, and take a little road trip. Like driving to me is my therapy, man. Just getting in the car and driving for a few hours, just get on the highway and go. For me, nothing beats that. That's my meditation. Change this before it runs out. And I got a little few extra cover-ups. But maybe I'll go out and find a flea market also. Get some different footage for the video. Walking around a flea market for an hour. See what I can find. Find one in the country. Country flea market. Where there's less likely to be 100 resellers hitting it before me. Next up we got, are you ready for a hat lot? Yeah. Headed to Louisville, Kentucky. Speaking of Kentucky, from that one person who said that. 2 orders, both went to Kentucky. Margaritaville, St. George Island, and San Bell Island. Souvenir style, like my souvenir style stuff. All 3 together sold for $31.50. $31.50 in the house. And if you want to wait around, what I'll do is, I know where those shoes are at. It might take me a minute to grab them because they might be buried under other shoes. But I'll do that last, and I'll go grab them with the camera running. So if you want to hang after that to see them, you can. And if you don't, that'll be probably the last thing I'll do on the video. So if you want to jet, you can. Type of thing. But if you want to see them, stick around. No, show them to ya. Do I sound like Snagglepuss? Doing the wacky erasers? Snagglepuss. I wish I could remember what he says. Suffering. No, that's the wrong character. I can't remember what he says. Snagglepuss. I haven't seen a wacky erasers thing in forever. Used to love that show. The wacky erasers. All right, next up we've got some post-flash moisturizer Derma Flash. 2 1-ounce little thingy bobbers. Sold for $7, headed to Palm Springs, California. Palm Springs, California. 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 Don't want these things to get squished and have a national scare on our hands if they start leaking in the mail. And then I'm on a terrorist list because I sent some moisturizer in the mail. We've got a piece, yay! From last Saturday's yard sale video. If you remember all those little bags of toys I was grabbing at the yard sale, if you haven't watched that video, go back and watch it, because you know what? Those are the videos I was hoping to like grab in a bunch of different people, you know, who like to watch that style of video. So if you haven't watched it, or even if you have and you forgot to like it, go back and click on the video and please like it for me. Give it a little second life. Can you do that? Like, give it a little second life. How about if I put the link below this video? you click on it and like it for me. See if we can give it a little bit of a second life. See if we can get the money in that video to pay for what I spent that day. I am up to let's see if it's still showing up here. Nope. Let me go analyze. So I spent, I think, $90-ish. And we are up to $46. So if you guys can give it a second life for me, that'd be kind of cool. See if we can get it up to $90. That would be awesome. But anyway, I grabbed all those little bags, and the first little toy sold, and it is a McDonald's vintage Grimace. I had a feeling this was going to sell because Grimace is what they're pushing right now with the whole shake, purple shake and stuff for Grimace's birthday or whatever. So I'm like, this will probably be one of the quicker items, and it thankfully was. It didn't make me look like a complete fool, just a part-time fool. I'm a full-time eBay seller, part-time fool. Don't forget it. Don't take life too seriously. All right, Grimace sold for $7. And if you're new to my videos, all the prices I give do not include the shipping I charge. So $7 plus shipping. Headed to Woodbridge, Virginia. He's nice hard plastic. I think he will survive in a padded envelope, but just to be safe, I will double them up in padded envelopes. So now he's got double protection. Cause he's super Grimace. Da, 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 da. These next pieces, I'm surprised it took so long to sell. They've been up for quite a while. But I've got a lot of like 4 minifigs and a pterodactyl Lego pieces. So I got this little guy, and this guy. I had them up pretty cheap. This guy and this guy. So altogether sold for $9.50, headed to Harrisonville, Missouri. So there you go. Maybe I'll do these guys the same way. Make sure they're okay, because this pterodactyl might. Maybe I'll just throw him in a box. With this pterodactyl, I don't want him to get his neck broken while he's being gone through the mail. To be safe. I know I got smaller boxes than these, but I'm not sure where they are. They're all kind of hidden in there right now. Better safe than sorry. After looking at all this, only one international overnight, so kind of dictates the crappy overnight. Next up, we got Four Dancing Masters CD. Sold for $10. Headed to Hackensack, New Jersey. Catastrophic failure. And you got a feel for the people who was in that submarine, man. I mean, they knew the risk they were taking, but I mean, me, I would not have went down. I will never go down in any submarine. I don't like water. I fear water because you can die in water. They knew what they were getting themselves into. And it says all over the info on the website and stuff that And they probably have to do it for legal purposes. Experimental is something new. It's like, flying in a spaceship for the first time. You know the risks you're taking. Are you ready for a CD line? But I'm reserving my jokes because it's a little too soon. I already see joke memes going around on Facebook. I'm like, and of course people are saying too soon. And on one hand, I'm not offended. I'm like, like I said, the people know what they were getting into. You knew the risk you were taking. But just because I'm older, wiser, and a little bit nicer, I'm holding off my jokes for at least a couple weeks. Give the family time to mourn before I start making my Titanic and submarine jokes and stuff. Because my head's been working them up. And I may be acting nice and try to be nice and do everything to be nice, but my head's going, oh, I got some jokes to tell. My brain's not so nice. It has a mind of its own, if that makes sense. All right, first up we've got MTV BET VH1 Power Play CD. Next up we've got Robin S. Promo CD Single. You know I like my promo CD singles. And we got Look at the Girl with the Daisy Dukes on. Daisy Dukes promo. 3 CDs sold for $14, headed to Long Island, New York. New York, New York. That one needs a little resurfacing. Could you imagine, though, being... All right, obviously you got to be rich to get on that submarine. I think it's like $250,000 just to take the trip. Could you imagine having so much money that you could spare $250,000, and then the one person took his son, so $500,000. That's who I feel bad for. Then was he 19 years old? Ugh. But for the other people, having so much money that since you've had that money, it's gotten you out of a lot of problems. Money is power in this society. Money can get you out of a lot of sticky situations. Being in a situation where you've had money, been able to get out of situations because of your power, to be stuck in a situation totally powerless, that alone will mess with your head. Let alone being stuck inside a can, not being able to escape, underwater, knowing you're going to die, if that's what happened. If it wasn't like total catastrophic failure that they drowned in the first hour type of thing. If it was, something where they were still alive over time, ooh. I mean, it could have been anything from a electronics fire, and they could have died right off the bat, to a breach in the carbon fiber, because carbon fibers hasn't really been long tested underwater pressure X amount of times. Sure, it's 10 times stronger than steel, and probably the first few times you're fine, but how carbon fiber acts over time with pressure has never been tested. So it could have been a catastrophe like that, which means they were gone pretty quick. So there's definitely a lot of things that could have happened that killed. Because the thing is, I think from what I saw, I was reading about that the submarine has safety features, because I was like, why ain't there like a buoy system or something, right, that will signal? But if there was total catastrophe, it does have a way of dropping lots of weight so that it will buoy back up to the top. So for some reason, those weights were not able to drop, which could indicate like an electronic failure, right? Because it didn't signal the weights to drop so the sub could go back up to the top. Or a breach and filled up with water and killed them that way. So one of the two has happened. So I would think one of those two, in my unexpertise opinion, from just what I read anyway. But I would have had like a last ditch, like thing on the machine, like a latch that's held with electronics. So if that, hell, even the Bowie stuff that, or the weight that would drop, I would have had it set to where if there was power failure, it would just automatically drop it and hit a buoy, drop all the weight, and send you straight to the top. You would think something like that would probably be implemented somehow, some way. I wouldn't think they'd be, it's not like it's dumb people building that stuff, right? So I think it's probably got to be something more major that happened. Like it filled up with water pretty quick, it failed lightweight, or there was electronics fire. I don't think that banging they're hearing is the people. But I don't know, of course. I'm just speculating with just what little information I've picked up. Next up, we've got Seventh Day Slumber CD. So for 420, headed to Waco, Texas. I had to look to make sure this CD and the next one wasn't going to the same person because they're both named Brady. What's the chances of that? 2 Bradys in a row. This one's going to Waco, Texas. Now, if that one's going to Texas, I'll be like, what? Let's see where this one's going. Pennsylvania. But I need more mailers. Next up, we got AC/DC Iron Man 2 soundtrack. Sold for $7, headed to Coconut Lake, Pennsylvania. Connecticut? I don't know. Stupid English language. Stupid. Always confusing me. Making me mispronounce your stuff. Making me sound so stupid. Or showing everybody how stupid I am. One of the two. Dang, stupid English language. Alright. Stupid. You're so stupid. Stop it. You're making me look dumb. Alright. Where that hair is coming from? I keep feeling it. Alright. 3.5. 3.5 on the Richter scale. No, it's on the Way scale, James. Not the Richter scale. The Way scale. Next up, we've got the OC soundtrack on CD. So for 420, headed to Atlanta, Georgia. Atlanta, Georgia. I have 2 memories about Georgia. One, I told you guys last time when I used to travel with my dad in a truck, and how all the green vines would succumb everything on the side of the highways. But my other one was the first time I went down to Atlanta. We went through Atlanta to go to Disney. And then it happened a second time when I went down to Atlanta to go to Six Flags. Down there, there's a part of the highway that for some reason, this was before GPS and that, but for some reason, I went the wrong way because I think they crossed or something. Like I got all the way over to the right expecting to go right to Six Flags. And that going over on the right side actually takes you up and over or something like that. So I remember that happening twice. I think it was like right outside downtown Atlanta. If I remember correctly. It's been a minute. Next up, we've got a hat in the house. Melanchoc Rod. I don't know. Who the hell spells like that? Why is that a word even? Is that a hair or is that a... It's not glare. Trucker hat sold for $7. Ah! The person buying it, that's their last name. I wonder if they own the company that this is standing for. Awesome. Heading to Huntington Beach, California. Let me see if this company, or whatever it is in Huntington Beach, California. It's a pharmaceuticals company. So this person might just be buying it because the name is their name, maybe. Yeah, the president of the company's got a different name. Founded in 1867. So, yeah, probably just have the same name by coincidence. $7. Huntington Beach, California. Or maybe a descendant of sorts. Who knows? Not looking into the history. Not that curious. Okay, the next two are going to the same person, but they paid separate. So I must have fixed it. Must have fixed that. We've got... This was a team called the Sting. And this is an unknown S logo. Headed to Agra Hills, California. Both together. That one sold for $10.50. The other sold for $10.50. So boom. Enough to do. So $21. $21. Don't you just love that? You ever think about it? Just 50 cents of something anybody and everybody else would pass up. 50 cents into $21. That's what makes my videos different. That's what makes my business different. My videos, the way I do things. Just a little bit off the beaten path. Because you know what they say about beaten paths. I don't. I just thought that sounded good because beaten paths are probably pretty beaten. I don't know if there's a saying or not about beaten paths. We can make one up. You know what they say about beaten paths? A beaten path is like a red-headed stepchild. Don't make me beat you like a red-headed stepchild. Did your parents ever say that to you? Beat you like a redhead stepchild. Redhead people always got the hate, didn't they? How come with all this cancel culture and all this accept everybody, why aren't we standing up for redhead, freckled people? Why aren't we? Dang. And it's got to be all about the skin color. What about the pale white people with the red hair? How come they getting left behind? Huh? That ain't fair. Shoot. You want to be equal? Dang. Include the redhead stepchild included in the equation. I don't know. We've got an unbranded look, like homemade looking knit hat here. So for $8, headed to Los Angeles, California. Alex, I think, might be here. Like, what was that thump? I think Alex is still here because I think he was up late last night playing video games. So probably don't have to work till 12-ish if he's working today. Next up, we've got St. Louis Rams 4XL t-shirt. St. Louis Rams. Sold for $10.15. $10.15 headed to Warren, Maine. I got a True Gather item I need to make sure I get to. Another True Gather sale. Bonanza's been dead. Usually Bonanza outdoes True Gather, but I haven't had Bonanza sale in quite a while. But True Gather too in the past few days. What up with that? But technically they've both been basically dead though. I think those are kind of the indicators to the slowdown in sales, whether it comes from economics or summer slowdown, is when the sites like that kind of just start dissipating with the sales. Because normally with the amount of items I have up, you get pretty decent money on those sites. But they've been kind of bleak the last couple months even, I think. More Chiba CD. Headed to Des Moines, Iowa, sold for $4. Got a Dobbs Fifth Avenue Fedora hat here. I gotta get a different box for that, but that's the one going to England. Sold for $10. Next up, we've got Who Framed Roger Rabbit on DVD. Sold for $4.20. Headed to Washington, D.C. It's a little tight. Oh, that's what she said. That's what she didn't say. Boink. 7.6. Oh, I put that up yesterday. One of the items that sold this morning is a Holy Cow Casino cap. That one's upstairs in the office. What did that sell for? Oh, that's a shot glass, not a hat. So I sold my third shot glass out of all those shot glasses I bought. This one I sold yesterday, sold today. $8. So I made $26 so far. $26 off the shot glasses I bought from that sale. I sold one of the Matchbox boxes yesterday for $6. And I took an offer this morning for one of the Matchbox cars I bought at that sale. Took an offer for $30 on that. So 30 when they pay 30, 40, 55, $61 I've made so far off that yard sale. I spent $65 that I can remember. I have to go back and see what all I bought from there. I don't remember everything I bought. Something else may have sold. I just don't remember. John Coltrane cassette. Headed to Huntington Beach, California. Sold for $27 for John Coltrane cassette. $27. We'll put you in a bigger one and we'll send you first class. We'll give you an upgrade shipping. How about that? 2.6. It's not like it's that much more anyway, like 30 cents more. 30 cents more to take a chance on it not getting broken. Why not? Doink. All right, so let me go grab those shoes. I want to make sure that it is where I think it is. Yes, it is. All right, I will be back with these shoes. All right, I forgot to update my shipping thing. Now I want to make sure. I'm pretty sure I put in the listing, wear at your own discretion. If you wear these, they will come apart due to age of the glue. So I did put in there, if you wear these, they will come apart. Put them in big red letters. So they better not try to wear these and send them back, because they will fall apart because they're old. But we have some vintage WB shacks. Very cool. There's the WB logo right there. Found them over at the bins. Been in the store for quite a while. Quite a while. But you can see right here, you'll be able to tell. The glue. So if you wear them, they will fall apart. So I think that they're going to use them for display, or they're going to restore them. Which restoring these would be a nice pair to restore, because they're overall in great condition. Just need to be re-glued. Got the WB Sports logo right there. So let me grab a box for these and a couple of plastic bags to wrap them in. While that's reloading, it's done already. Let me grab a box. I thought I had a couple. I got some bags around here somewhere. Where you at, bags? Where you at? Anybody else? I know we just went to the store. Got some bags. All right. So, headed to New York, New York. Sold for $200. So that's not going to an authentication thing. Huh. I thought that all the high dollar shoes would go through an authentication processing thing. Because they would have, yeah, it's going to somebody's house. I'm going to put tape over this. Pull tab so somebody doesn't easily pull it open. Oh, I thought I was going to fall for a sec. Wait a minute. All right, 323. We got 16 by 13 by 6. 16, 13, 6. Biggity bam. Get them on their way. Boom. And then True Gather. I got a Mobile One racing hat. Go into unsold. This is probably, I'll probably have to go get this. So I guess we'll call it a wrap on this video. And we were at 342. Now I'm at 408. So $408 by 11 o'clock. Big thanks to the $200 pair of shoes. Without that, we would be around $200. Hat is in CT63, so I gotta go grab that hat. All right, I think that's it, people. Much appreciated. Thank you for your time, your hanging out, and your viewing pleasure. Please like, subscribe, and all that jive, because my videos have been slumping lately. So the more attention you can give them, the better off they will be, and I appreciate it 100%. So ship by 23rd. So, okay. Everything else don't have to be shipped out till tomorrow. So, all right. Thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Later.